So alveolar ridge is here, huh? Upper, that is your alveolar ridge. Again, there are two possibilities in English, and you should find out which you use. Okay? You may pronounce the word such as tie, die, nigh, sigh, zeal, lie. So using the tip of your tongue or the blade of the tongue, you may use the tip of the tongue for some of these words and the blade for others. So like tie. So you have to touch your alveolar ridge. Die. Huh? Say the word die. And you say it, die. So you see where your mouth is, die.
Die.
Oh, that is your alveolar ridge, the top. Okay? Nigh. Word.
Nigh.
Sigh.
Sigh.
And zeal.
Seal.
Okay, so that's it. That's how you know when it is an alveolar sound. Okay, so always remember we have this bilabial, labiodental, dental, and alveolar. Okay, so for example, some people pronounce S with the tongue tip tuck behind the lower teeth. S, S, I don't know. Reducing the restrictions of the alveolar ridge with the blade of the tongue. So that's it for the alveolar. Number 5, how many of this? 7, 8, 9. Oh, only number 8. 8. Number 5 is the retroflex. So retroflex, tongue tip and the back of the alveolar ridge. Tongue tip, back of the alveolar ridge. So many speakers of English do not use retroflex sounds at all. So we are safe. We don't need this one. But some speakers begin words just as rye, raw, ray. So with retroflex sounds. Okay, can you see the word raw, ray? Can you say it? Can you say these words? Rye. And see where your tongue tip is touching. Rye. Raw. Ray. So your tongue tip is touching the back of your alveolar ridge. So speakers who pronounce R at the ends of words also may have retroflex sounds with the tip of the tongue raised in I-R-E and our, air. Okay, these words, our, air, we have to use retroflex. Our, air. So this is number 6, Pallato Alveolar. So for this one, Pallato Alveolar, this is the tongue blade and the back of the alveolar ridge. Tongue blade, the back of your alveolar ridge. So say the word shy, she, show. So these words are the example of the palato alveolar sound. Shy, she, show. So that is the tongue blade, here, the tongue blade and the back of your alveolar ridge. So during the consonants, the tip of your tongue may be down behind the lower front teeth or upper near the alveolar ridge. But the blade of the tongue is always close to the back part of the alveolar ridge because these sounds are made farther back in the mouth than those in the word sigh, see, sue. Okay, so then they can also be called post-alveolar. So you should be able to pronounce them with the tip or blade of the tongue. Try saying sheep shape. Sheep shape. Can you say it, Milky? Sheep shape.
Sheep shape.
Yeah, sheep shape. So that means you're using the post-alveolar of your mouth. Sheep shape. All right. So palatal, number 2nd to the last. Palatal. All right. Front of the tongue and hard palate. Say the word you very slowly so that you can isolate the consonant at the beginning. Okay, so here is the front of the tongue and the hard palate. So Can you say the word you slowly? You. You. So, the beginning of the consonant. If you say this consonant by itself, you should be able to feel that it begins with the front of the tongue raised toward the high palate. You. You. The word you. Okay? So, try to hold the beginning of the consonant position and breathe in through the mouth. Just say the word Y. Yeah, you have to breathe in you, okay, to feel the rush of cold air between the front of the tongue and the hard palate. You, and you, and you. So you can have that same palatal sound. Next is the velar. Velar is the back of the tongue and the soft palate. Back of the tongue and the soft palate. The consonants that have the place for articulation farthest back in English are those that occur at the end of hack. The word hack, hug, hang. So these are velar sounds. Hack. So you can say, teacher, how to produce velar? Back of the tongue and the soft palate. Hack, hug, hang. So these are the example of the word from velar. So as you can tell from the descriptions of these articulatory gestures, the first two, bilabial and labiodental, can be classified as labial, involving at least the lower lip, and the next four, dental, alveolar, retroflex, palato-alveolar, and coronal articulations with the tip or blade of the tongue raised, and the last velar is dorsal articulation. Using the back of the tongue, palatal sounds are sometimes classified as coronal articulations and sometimes as dorsal articulations, a point to which we shall return. So, to get the feeling of different places, articulation, consider the consonant at the beginning of each following words. We have the word fee, him, she, she. Say these consonants by themselves. Are they voiced or voiceless? The word fee, it's voiceless. Him, voiced. She, voiceless. She, voiceless. Okay? Because voice meaning it's vibrating here. So, are they voiced or voiceless? Now, note that the place of articulations moves back in the mouth in making this series of voiceless consonants, going from labiodental through the dental and alveolar to palato-alveolar. So now, let's go to the oronasal process. Oronasal, manners of stop, oral stop, nasal, frecative-oral, renal proximant. All right, so before we will proceed to the next one, I want you to answer these articulations of vowels. Further non-pages, mid and lower. Okay, so now we are here in the manners of articulation. So before that, I am going to give you a quiz related to the first part of our lessons. Are you ready to do that? I want you to join the Google Classroom. Wait, let me check my Google Classroom and okay, so I will give you 30 minutes. 30 or? I will give you 30 minutes to review what I just taught you now. You start from number 14 until number 13. Okay, I want you to review chapter 1 from here. From articulation and acoustics, I want you to review this one. Here, articulation and acoustics. This one, this figure, producing sounds, number 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Where did we stop? Until page 13. Okay? Until page 13. Until page 13, you study. I will give you 30 minutes to review what I just told you earlier. From here. From page 2 to 13. I want you to look at the highlighted words and try to understand what it means. And then after 30 minutes, I will give you a quiz related to this. Okay? Page 2 to 13. Just the highlighted words. You don't have to read everything. Okay, your quiz is 20 points. So, okay, I'll give you 30 minutes to do that. Pages 2 through 13. Okay. Okay, so you can add this one. This is the Google Classroom. I will give you the quiz here. So now 3:40, 50, 60. At 4:10. Okay, 4 o'clock in 10 minutes. I will give you the test. All right, so it's time for our short quiz. It's 30 points. So 30 points, but only 21 questions. Okay, so now that you are in Google Classroom, I will post the quiz there, and please do it for 40 minutes. Is that okay? Are you guys ready?
Yes.
All right, so if you're ready, so just stay here, and then if you have questions, you can just ask me, and I will post the quiz now in Google Classroom. Okay. All right, it's posted. You can start now.
Hello, teacher.
Yes, go ahead.
Teacher, I can enter the form, teacher.
Really? Let me
Yes, and
see.
my friend
Everybody
too.
having the same problem?
Yeah, teacher. They chat in chat box.
What's wrong? Can you try it again?
Okay, teacher.
Is it working now?
No, teacher. Is
No, what's
error.
wrong? What
It's
happened?
error.
It's not answering.
All right, so for now, let me just send to you the link of the form. So maybe this is easier and quicker. Wait a minute. What's wrong with this one? Okay, give me a second. Error. Okay, so maybe you can access the link here through the chat box if you cannot open it from the Google Classroom.